I have nothing at the top. I'm mindful of the time, and I will jump around to people who have not yet gotten questions, but I will start with Alex, if you want to kick us off.
I have three questions. First, on inflation. Brian talked a lot about needing to address snares in the supply chain, but you all have taken quite a few of those steps, and we're still seeing high inflation, shortages on shelves. So is this an issue that shows the sort of limitations of the presidency and the executive branch? Is this an issue that the president simply can't solve?
I think what it shows, and you heard Brian talk about this a bit, is that it's a multi-pronged challenge. And he talked about, obviously, the steps we're taking to address supply chain challenges. And there's no question those have been impacted by the pandemic, have also been impacted by a huge increase of demand and retail purchases online that we saw across the course of the fall. So that is one challenge that we've been attacking head on. We also know that there are specific industries like the auto industry that accounts for about 1/3 of what we're seeing in terms of inflationary increases and price increases. And if you look at the purchases of cars, one of the biggest issues there is chips and the lack of manufacturing capacity here in the United States. Of course, that's been impacted by a range of issues, including the pandemic. But one of the things that we have been advocating for and pushing for is for Congress to move forward in taking steps to support and bolster our competitiveness here. That includes over $50 billion in funding for chips manufacturing. I would also say that that would also help ensure that manufacturing in the future is the capacity is increased here at home, so we're less dependent on the global supply chain around the world. So I think what it speaks to, Alex, a good question, is the multi-pronged components that impact the supply chain, that impact price increases that people have seen, the American public has seen across the country.
Do you have an